what the is this? Like, actually, what the fuck is this? What am I looking at right now? Why am I looking at this? Why? Oh my god! I can't do this. Listen, someone said, no, you can't use these cues like they were gone for like a year or so. You know, that's just them sitting on it. You know, they didn't have time. It was already done. Bullshit. This is a Crunchyroll original. This is some random show from wherever the fuck where they just had it in their back pocket and couldn't do shit about it. They had infinite time to make this show how they wanted to make it. Anything. But you come with these PNGs and just slap that shit on. You know, I defend some things in this show because I actually have been going online and seeing people straight up just take random moments from the show that really don't have much of problems with them and just saying, oh, look how bad this is. I'm just like, there are actual bad moments. Don't just show random clips and then say that they're bad because, oh, look, there's this one fault in it. Like, that doesn't happen in every show, or I don't see that in other shows, and you're not saying that. Like, don't do that. That's stupid. You're just making the point of them being like, oh, see, people are just shitting on us for no reason. Like, if you have actual points, give actual points. This is an actual point. Why did you take a Hawaiian scroll and PNG it into your fucking, like, a transparent layer? That's some shit I would do. Like, some transparent hands and just put it into the thing, do a watermark on it and everything. Didn't even try to blend it. There are some things that are good about this show. You're making it hard to find them. Please stop. I can't. First of all, let's say it, you know, a little rip to these stills that I'm about to get rid of because this is just like a Halloween skin basically. So I'm not gonna use these stills anymore. I love this character to death and I love this version of her, and I just want to say that it's sad that she's going. Though I think this show could have been good, I think I might have to actually make a separate video talking about good aspects of it or how great it could be. Like, it's just that because of how many things I found. This is just my initial review of all the problems, inconsistencies, irritations, and even some little nitpicks here and there that I found while watching this show. Hi, it's Luna, and welcome back. Today we're talking about High Guardian Herb, because they're herb. We're talking about High Guardian Herb because, hey, that actually came out. I thought they were gonna abandon it. Even when they said they were gonna keep going with it, I swore, I was like, they're abandoning this shit. I don't know why people think they're gonna continue to go with this. I don't believe we're gonna get a show. But, hey, it actually came out, and I watched it all the way through, actually. To be honest with you, it wasn't great. Honestly, this shit's like a fanfic. You know what I mean, of like every fanfic is just the best parts of random animes and cartoons that the person loves and putting it into a story and think, oh yeah, this story is good. When forgetting that you actually have to, you know, think about the actual, you know, story part, you know, the details, the world building. The characters can't all just simp for each other and then just be gay and that's it. Like, you have to actually have something going on there for people to find it good. Well, unless you're in the NSFW part of it, then that's a different story. But you get what I'm trying to say. This is kind of what this gives me the vibe of. It seems like somebody just took the best parts of what they thought a story or an anime would be and then just kind of shoved it out there. I barely know anything about how the magic works. It's like magic can do everything, but it can't do anything. And they're in school, but they barely learn anything about the magic. And the stuff that they seem like they are learning, it's like, wouldn't they already know this already? If everybody uses magic, or magic is so normalized, why do they have to learn it in a school? Why don't they learn it from their parents? Why do they have to learn it at all? What monsters do they have to face? Because honestly, up until now, most of the monsters have either been summoned, or it seems like it's such a non-problem that I don't get it. Why would they be learning this stuff in what essentially is high school? What are their main enemies? I couldn't tell you, honestly. It just seems like random monsters spew out of nowhere and that's about it. It seems like the rot's more of a problem than any monster that may come across. It low-key seems like they're going to learn how to be crossing guards or mall cops, because all the big problems that I guess they're going to go get or find just haven't come up yet. Even the forest girl, the one that you would think would be complaining the most about this type of stuff, and that's why she'd be taking it seriously, seems like she has no memory at all of any scary monsters or anything. The rot was the scariest thing happening to her whole land, and she lives in a forest. But I don't know. And I say this genuinely, I'm being kind of mean here, but I say this genuinely because they kind of forgot about their world. They focus so much on the character and the diversity and trying to please people that I think they forgot that you have have to also make a show around everything else. You know that, right? Because I'll tell you, the best thing about it was those parts. I liked the trans characters. I liked their representation for trans people, for darker characters. That was kind of it. But like, they had that representation, and I enjoyed that. I liked the moments here. Most of it, in a sense of the characters and the character development, I genuinely enjoyed, and I had no real problem with it. I do hate that people are just like, ha, it has trans people in it. They're trying to put an agenda. They're turning the frogs gay. It's too much. You guys are doing too much. It's not that serious. That was honestly the most decent part about this entire thing. If it was just that, if that was the only problem, I'd be saying everybody else is crazy. What are you talking about? This was a decent show. Like, here's a question you have to ask yourself that I asked myself, and I thought they answered, but they never did. What's stopping them from using magic? The fact that the main characters took a wagon to what? A train station, then they ended up flying. Why? Explain to me that. Why? What, is there some limit to their magic? Is there not a way they couldn't have just flown there the entire way, or at least flown to the place they're trying to go instead of taking like 7 buses there? And you can't just straight up blame it on like the mom thing of, oh, well, her mom said that she shouldn't be using new magic like that and it takes time for. Okay, well, still use old magic. Plant a tree when you get there. What was even the point of this whole entire journey? Just for filler? Just so you can show how cute the backgrounds you can make are? I don't get it. Oh gosh, there's syrup on here. I don't know why. But let's speed run this part, a little intermission, because right after this video, I ended up rewatching this show with my boyfriend and found a plethora of more problems in the first 3 episodes. So let's speed run it just to give a little break from my regular editing schedule so I don't get bored of hearing the exact same thing 300 times. So, quick note of other things I hate about this show, and I mean quick. When it came to introducing our trans character, the dialogue for it ended up being nowhere. Hell, that whole episode ended up being an entire nothing burger. Why did the cat go to the tree? Did the potion make them do it? That doesn't make any sense. What type of potion was that to where the cat felt like they need to do that? What was the point of that? Don't give me they're gonna give it maybe in the next season. It shouldn't have been given in the next season. This is the season to be able to tell me about that type of shit. Again, with that conversation with the trans character that we at least know is gonna be trans officially, or rather no, is trans officially, I'm sorry. What was that conversation? You brought her in the room to talk about her career. Her whole career path was, I have a sword, I'm going to use it. Then she's talking about not using it and how she doesn't want to break it because it's her mom. You know, a functioning person with a functioning brain, if they have an item that's connected to their loved one and they feel like they shouldn't wield it around just in case they break it or something happens to it, or they feel so strongly about it, they either get another fucking weapon like a normal fucking person, or possibly they don't swing it around, they don't bring it everywhere knowing that they're not gonna need it. They do normal people things. This girl doesn't realize, here's a sword my mom gave me, which is suspicious. My mom gave me her weapon before she left for cigarettes and never came back. Why? Mom doesn't use any other weapon but this one, but she gave it to me and nobody found that suspicious, and I don't find that suspicious. My mom has this friend that's bringing me to this office to talk about nothing, just as I can introduce that they have a trans character, but I've never heard of you. It didn't take me long to get here. Old red demon bitch of a teacher can make portals. Why have you never come to see mom? But you guys were close? But you think it was close enough to where you think you should talk to me personally because she's a close friend? Suspect, but okay. None of this makes sense. And I usually like to see the entire series go on before I start questioning things like this. But to be fair, writers like this, if they realize there are holes like this, try to then fill in those holes, and that's how bullshit happens. And if you haven't filled in those holes, or your characters are acting like they are in elementary school and not high schoolers on the way to adulthood, I can't, okay? Some of this stuff is like, just think, hell, here's here's a bonus one for you that I just thought about. Then I'm going to go back to my regularly scheduled rant. Our elf girl didn't think to come to the school and ask any of the teachers with great power and obviously better magical powers than you have. Hey, is there a way to fix the rot? There is no fucking reason why she didn't ask them. She just didn't. There's no reason why anyone, not even just teachers, any fucking person who can use magic in a decent way, didn't just tell her if something could help or not. I am sure the healing water was in a book of some sort. I guess apparently not. There's a whole other rant I could have just about the structure of that fucking school system. It's like some middle school dropouts trying to explain how school works, not understanding how a high school works, what structure is, what orientation is for, how the teachers literally are contradicting themselves in what they're doing and what they're saying. Take this seriously, but we're not going to have orientation, we're going to have de-orientation or disorientation or whatever the fuck. What? How no one knows the oath as if it's this big secret or it's super long or it's hidden from everybody. Why the kids going into the place don't know the oath? I don't get it. What type of school is this? Why is there a rich, pompous girl who's bullying people, thinking that she's better than people, coming in here as if this is a top-notch school? How did they get in? Obviously not by their skills, because fucking dwarf girl was better than everybody and nobody knew it. So it wasn't because of their skills. Can anybody just get into it? Why are you saying you're acting above when you are literally in a school that anybody can get into? If you're that rich or if you're that good at magic, why don't you just get a private tutor and then just take a test? Is it not a test? Do you have to go through this fucking school system? That's stupid. You should be able to just take a test at this point and not have to go through the school system. If that's the case, you have to go through the school system, go to a better school. Not this one that obviously doesn't look at the, I don't know, ability of the people that are doing, like, this is community college or fucking regular high school. Would you come in saying fucking look out pores like I have arrived? Like, huh? Yeah, that rant wasn't quick, but it's a break from the main topic I'm going to be talking about in this video. So you got some. There's so many more though. That was just in the first 3 episodes and that wasn't even it. There's so much you can shit on. It's great. The structure of this show is dog shit. How does even magic work? Genuinely, how the fuck does it work? Does it come out of nowhere? They say it as if you could do whatever, like, but then they have limitations, but they don't tell us what the limitations are. Even though they're in school to learn about limitations and shit, they just ignore that part of it. It's like, okay, well, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? Reasons we know, but I guess we don't. But I don't know. Like, we know, I know. It's like they're there to learn stuff, but they already know it. Like, they don't know it, but also they're like, what's the difference between old and new magic? Why is the mage girl so pressed, or her mom so pressed about old and new magic? What is it about that that's so bad? What is the difference between old magic and new magic? She says it's like a give and take type thing when it comes to that type of stuff. Where? When have they ever shown when she uses magic that she's giving back to the world when doing so? She never! She has used magic and gave back nothing. So what is her beef with using new magic so much? She never even used it when it came to old magic. Even when they flew to the train, did you plant a tree and you stopped and did that? Show us that. That's an important part. But another girl had a hat. So what's the difference between your hat and my hat? It's a hat. What? Like, I don't get it. Hell, here's another question for you. Why haven't they learned healing magic? Healing magic exists. I thought it didn't for the longest time. Guess what fucking existed? With the Nessie monster in that one episode, guess what they did, or guess what they tried to do to it? They tried to heal it. They act like magic can do anything, but obviously there's some limitations that you're just not telling us. That's how they're acting, as if they're just taking a bunch of tests every day. Like, they all already know how to do it, they're learning nothing, or it's just that easy. It's like telling them, hey, go do this, and then they're just doing it. They're taking tests. But also apparently not, because they have to learn how to, like, make a dagger correctly, but also, like, what's that shit gotta do with magic? Why isn't there a separate school for smithing and archery and shit like that? Why is it all into one thing? I thought they were supposed to be learning magic and that was the main reason they were going to a place like this. Then why isn't everybody required to use magic? Why isn't everybody like, why? It's not like no one can use it. There's, again, no reason why nobody can use magic. It's very outward that, like, everybody can. Why would you need any of them? If you could make magic. If magic can do all the things they say it can do, including heal people, why would you need a smithing class? I can just poof make a weapon. So what's the point of being able to smith? That's why I'm questioning why it's all in one school. Magic kind of overtakes every other thing. So I'm not getting why. I don't get it. That's why I mean, like, what's the limitations here? Because they seem infinite until they're not infinite. Even with that, it also gives a question of how developed this fucking world. Because apparently magic can do everything, including heal someone, but magic can't blast through rock in a cave. Magic can't blast through diamond, apparently. Like, I don't get it. How strong is magic, but it's not strong? It's strong enough to heal someone. It's strong enough to put up barriers that can block sound and shit like that. It's powerful enough to turn people into stone, but diamond? How hard is diamond? Can you collect diamond? Who made the cave to get protected from diamond? Was it the diamond creatures? Like, I don't get it. There's so much that's just like, you're not establishing this well at all. There's no sense of like how the world is or what the world is. It has trains, but people can fly. Magic is getting so good to where you can just do it like that. Like, I'm snapping for nothing, but like, it's just so simple. But you still use trains? Why are you using trains? Is it because of the village they live in? That doesn't really make sense. Can we talk about how they just forgot about the rot there? Like, at the end of the show, remember, the rot got cured by that lake water shit. What happened to bringing that to her dad? What happened to talking to her dad about that? Our brown-skinned princess here just kind of forgot at the end. And she talked about helping her mom and literally almost forgot that, like, oh yeah, the forest is dying. Your forest, your home is dying. Remember that traumatic experience you had? Did you forget to tell your dad? Did you forget that your dad is back there, or what? I mean, the characters aren't smart enough to know their names aren't spices, so I guess it makes sense. Like, the fact that the two main characters, I can't. They almost died. One of them got stabbed. Their friend was turned into stone. Hellish shit was happening, as you could see. Shit that was like, oh, we're fucked. And the blue hair girl is like, you were mean to me at the party. I got cut. The cat girl Olive was trying to kill me. Our friends got turned to stone. Sorry if I just kind of acted like that didn't happen. I really am not preoccupied with your little beef with me calling you a name. I could have died. Like, they were trying to kill us. This is not the time. What? Even the whole thing with, like, not telling the adults why. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would they not tell the adults that they're trying to be killed? Oh, there could be spies anywhere. Like, you know, we should be careful about this. Literally the next fucking episode, let me go in these woods and summon this demon real quick. Like, what do you mean? If there's spies everywhere, no matter where you go, someone's going to be listening into you. If they've got all this information already, it's not that hard. If you mean one of the adults could be the spies, again, they're everywhere. They're gonna be listening into you. It's not hard. Spells exist that probably hide them or can cloak them or that can help them. Like, they're better magic users than you. This is not, you should be trusting some form of adult that's better than you. Even if you don't, what plan were you gonna come up with? What was gonna change because you didn't tell anyone? Because that person didn't know that they weren't gonna stop trying to kill you. They weren't gonna stop their entire plan because, oh, you're not talking about it right now. They know you know. They've tried to kill you. There's no reason for any of it. The fact that the elf girl summoned a demon before figuring out how she could just make a portal to talk to her dad, I don't get it. If she's not good at doing magic, the mage girl is. Did you forget you have other friends? How do you not rely on your friends when you know you're bad at something, but you're gonna play with a fucking demon before you rely on them? That doesn't even make sense even if you don't like them. Also, it doesn't fucking matter about the fucking rot right now. There is someone, this was right after someone tried to kill you and your friends and your mom. Don't you think you should tell one of them? Don't you think that's important? Huh? Don't you? Obviously, you can trust people that you knew before you came to this school. Because this only started happening when you came to this fucking school. If they found it a fucking issue, they would have killed you beforehand. I would have at least guaranteed that you could somewhat trust with some information information. Someone that you could, like, someone you met before you came to the school, or at least someone who didn't live here before. So like your mom, you could probably trust her. Hell, at that point I would leave the school and go see where my dad is. That's what I would have done. At this point, if we stay in the school, they can still kill us. If we leave the school, they can still kill us. There's nothing stopping them. You being in the school and not saying shit is not stopping them from killing you. They already had the mission to kill you. They're not gonna stop it because oh my god, it's just stupidity. It's not like it's like I didn't think about it. That's why I was so confused when the next episode after this was them telling fucking ghost stories. Like right after. And I'm like, were you not about to? I'm still like, you were about to be killed. And I don't get it, bro. I didn't get it. How old are they? That's another thing. The description of this show. This is what like is bothering the shit out of me. Like to this day, the description of the show. I'm gonna look it up right now. When I go on Crunchyroll. Oh god, this is like not even 2 stars. Hilarious. It deserves it. When I go on Crunchyroll, when they tell me about this show, the lives of 4 fierce girls converges at High Guardian Academy, the one place where they can stumble comedically towards adulthood while becoming the heroes they've always admired. Adulthood. How old are these people? There's no, I thought they were like probably middle school. They act like middle schoolers, like ignoring that they just died to tell ghost stories with a rando instead of converging together to figure out who the fuck is trying to kill them. There's no way you're from high school into adulthood. There's no way. You have to be, it has to be early high school if nothing. I can't even say that. I can't see a person, a freshman in high school not being fearful for their life. Like I don't want to bring up Ruby, but why can't I compliment Ruby right now? Because I know that at least those girls were trying to figure out who the fuck was trying to kill them or who the fuck is trying to kill other people. They had plans. They had brain cells. These girls are just like, nah. Ghost stories afterward. Their friends and families could have died. Their friend got cut, was bruised up. Their one friend could have died, was turned into a statue, along with the cat. Certain death was knocking on their door at all times, and they're pouting and fighting with each other and summoning demons. What? And at the end of it, instead of figuring out together what they were going to do, they were like, they acted as if we beat these 2 people. They were obviously the people that were trying to kill us, even though we have no idea who they are. Actually, no, we know for sure that they were working for somebody higher. Their whole thing was that they feared for their lives. They weren't gonna leave the campus, and they weren't gonna do that. Now all of a sudden at the end of the show, they're just leaving for a break as if they're not, they like somebody could break them off. Like somebody could kill you as you leave. It's not just them, and you know that. Did you tell anyone? Did you tell any of the adults that like somebody could break you off and the adults just let you leave? So I guess you forgot about your dad and the potion that could heal the rot, and on top of that you forgot about your certain dude. Someone directly said we were sent here to kill you, and they're like winter break, and their teachers just let them be like winter break. Winter break after the school burned down. They were drugged, the teachers, and the kids almost burned to a crisp. School burned down, teachers drugged, kids almost killed, one of them stabbed, girl arrested, certain doom is coming, somebody's trying to kill them. Winter break, it doesn't even matter. Winter break, we're gonna go home, eat some food, I'm gonna go to my mom, we're gonna be cool, like everything's fine. We're not gonna alert their parents or whatever, we're not gonna make sure that they're safe, we're not gonna have an escort for these girls. The one girl's just gonna cut her hair and it's gonna be fine, because it's alright, I guess. I don't like how they treated the trans character during that conversation that they had about the like trans magic, basically, you know. I have no problem with someone transitioning, none of that. That part was actually really cool. My problem with that entire scene, someone was bullying our baby and nothing happened to that guy. Let's be 100%. Every time a teacher says something's gonna happen, it doesn't happen. They even said he has a repeat history. There's no reason why he couldn't kick the guy out. Why isn't this guy kicked out? It's not, because reasons unknown. Especially when a teacher who knows or can connect with this child and what they're going through is actively just like, well, that guy's just kind of gonna stay here, and just kind of not even make up like a fight for it. it is also kind of irritating. Like, I would have wanted to see that, of like real consequences happening to that kid. Really nothing happened. It's like a Carden situation, but at least Carden tried to hide it, at least for the teachers anyways. Like, how dare you bully our precious Babu here and they can get away with it. I'll cut you. And someone should have. And listen, that mermaid scene would have been fucking iconic if they were in it, but for some reason they're just like, we're gonna keep you from what you love most. That alone would have probably persuaded me to actually like this show. Whatever. Also, if there's magic to where somebody, anyone at this point, can change into different forms and breathe underwater, that's another example of like, what is the limitation of this damn magic? Cause like, I'm confused. Also, there's different types of people, like ogres and whatnot. What are supposed to be like the bad guys in this series? In the sense of like, when it comes to monsters, what is the difference between a regular monster and somebody like an ogre or whatnot? And when it comes to those monsters, how do you tell if the creature is doing it, for example, like an animal would do it? Like how some animals are just out in the wild and you just don't fuck with their territory. Are you just killing people for that reason? Are you killing animals for that reason? Are these actual dangers, or are they just like you want to impede on their territory? Like, what's the world happening here? Also, there's just no way that that girl didn't get expelled with that cat running around. There's just no way that nobody would know that that cat had gotten exponentially bigger and ran away. Hell, even at the end there, when they were fighting Olive, just the fact that nobody saw what was happening or nobody noticed, it's like, God, you guys' perception sucks. Like, just because there's an event happening doesn't mean somebody on a roof actively making noise or talking would just not be visible. They're light-colored characters. Like, they stand out from the normal colors of the roof. Even the fact that nobody had a protection spell on them during that time. Are they just like, well, if somebody nukes us while we don't know it, we're dead. The magic can't save us. Magic can transform us, it can help us breathe underwater, can't save us from a really powerful magic attack, and there's just nothing we can do, and we all just will be dead, and that's just the way it is. I don't get it. The theme song and ending song sucked. It was basically just fucking the most happy-go-lucky type thing, and kind of the worst way.
Friendship is the best thing ever, except for best friendship, which is a little better.
You mean a lot better.
I mean a lot better.
Now we're friends, yes it's true, but no one else can friend me like you.
I mean, I don't like to shade artists like that, but I would have done something a bit, at least more catchy and sounds a bit more poppy, but you know. Honestly, there are a lot more things I could talk about, but honestly, it's just a bunch of, I don't like this show for reasons honestly you guys would already know, because it's pretty much the same reason why I don't like a lot of other shows. I'm pretty consistent in why I don't like something and the general things I like and dislike. There are a lot of actual good things about this show, and I was going to talk about them in this video, but this video is already really too long, and trust me, I had to cut out an entire like 10-minute section like of the end of this video to re-record this part, because I realized that's too fucking long. I'm not editing all that shit, you can eat my ass. But I'm sure there are many other videos shitting on this, on things I forgot or didn't realize or forgot to mention or were cut out in that last part, that are genuine reasons to shit on it, and I would love to hear the reason why you don't like it. But I do think I actually want to make a video talking about why I do like this show and why you should maybe give it a chance. I'm not giving it a chance, but there are reasons why other people might. That's for another video, not this one. So, we're gonna end it here. Before we go, I'm poor. I am poor and dying, so here, this is a website that I use for my commissions. Why do I use this website? Because I'm an unorganized fuck. Please commission me, because like, I'm poor. Like, just please, could you please? Or you could just DM me on Twitter, that's another option. But yeah, that would be actually really nice if you did that. Or you could just give me money. Free money is cool too. Maybe even doing NSFW, I don't know. It depends on if I can figure out how to do boobs right. That's all up in the air. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Friendship is the best thing ever, except for best friendship, which is a little better.
You mean a lot better.
I mean a lot better.
Now we're friends, yes it's true, but no one